دوستان عزیز، این اولین بخش از نوشته های من در مورد خاطراتم از سفرهایی که به روستای اجدادیمون در سالهای گذشته داشتم. امیدوارم از این بخش از بخش‌های بعدی لذت ببرید و نظرات خودتون رو با ما به اشتراک بذارید. Away on the train. My yearly trips to our ancestral village, the last of which took place more than a decade and a half before the composition of this present text, categorically one of the highlights of my most cherished memories, apart from the reasons that I choose to withhold from the dear reader in this brief account, were mostly encouraged by the pull the place had always had for me. The pull consisted in the vivacity of soul my visits generously bestowed on me, regardless of the often uneventful journeys and stays I experienced, as well as the purification of mind and body I was rewarded with, which were thrown into relief just after I ended my return journey, and wistfully and begrudgingly stepped out on my rustic dream into the open jaws of urban wakefulness. Other than the times I was accompanied my family on those trips, I opted for the train as the means of transportation for my journeys to and back from the village. Now, a tremendous part of the thrill and joy of my solitary trips, in fact, lay in the very method of conveyance I referred to. Sitting alone on a train all by myself, alone in the sense of not having my family for company, since I have never had the means nor the sufficient reason to have a whole train to myself, gave me a galvanizing feeling of heading for an adventure, a fantastic quest on the culmination of which I would have been a new person, cleansed. Traveling thus imparted to my trips such life surpassed by few other experiences. The train has always held a fascination for me. The magnificence of its whistle, the clang of metal on metal, the slow and majestic change from standing position to movement, from stagnation to vigor, from death to rebirth, from wintry hibernation to vernal reincarnation, bears a subtle resemblance to the creation of the heartbeat. The train comes to life with its first heartbeat, and with the very first heartbeat, a journey starts, with me in the belly of the bearer, with me a co-sharer of its fate. The ceaseless change of territory and scenery, albeit you know all along that you're still treading the same earth, signifies a transportation into another, and yet another world, another dimension. Life outside the train is changing, with one existence mellowly merging into the next, with me sitting still inside, motionless, an observer that is the more conscious of this kaleidoscope on account of its very own stillness. But sometimes it is exactly the opposite. For long minutes, even hours on end, the scenery is consistent. The stillness of the outside world rides neck to neck with you, as though yearning to become one with you, and the only tongue that could be heard is that of the train indefatigably chugging along, mesmerizing you, hypnotic. امیدوارم لذت برده باشید دوستان. خوشحال میشم سوالاتتون رو، نظراتتون رو در کامنت ها مطرح کنید. با لایک کردناتون، کامنت گذاشتناتون و سابسکرایب کردناتون و با به اشتراک گذاری ویدیو به کانال ما کمک میکنید. ممنونم. تا قسمت بعدی، تا ویدیوی بعدی.